The city of Denver is in full motion tonight as we get set to bring you the action from the Pepsi Center. Well, let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Will Barton is out there with Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter, and it's Gordon in at the 4-man position. Now here's Lillard, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
Barton, no luck. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
Now here's Lillard following the miss by Jamal Murray. But he gets it back. Powell the pass to Nurkic. Lillard left side. Portland moving the ball around. Another shot. Nifty move. And Nurkic lays it in.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's McCollum. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Back to Lillard. Launches it. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. The pass to Barton. Got a piece of it and stolen by Lillard. Powell, that's good.
Well, he's a great shooter who can just make plays for others. McCollum with a nice assist that time.
For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Murray kicks to Porter. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Murray, the pass to Barton. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 4. And the dunk by Covington.
So smart in these situations. Love how Covington often picks the correct route to run.
Murray against Lillard. And it's Murray with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And Lillard gets it to go. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. Now here's Lillard, following the miss by Michael Porter. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic, passes to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive from the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Trailblazers. Murray surveying the D. The shake. And he lays it up and in. Murray's got 6 points.
And Murray showing some smarts right there. Some good patience in that pick and roll.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Outside Covington. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Nurkic. And it's sent back by Jokic. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
The Nuggets trail by 10. Murray outside. Pass to Porter. Pass to Jokic. 5 to shoot. That shot wide open.
Well, the confidence just keeps growing with Jokic and his shot. Pretty much ready to shoot as soon as it touched his hands.
McCollum outside. From outside the arc. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his...
I know that when the main guy...
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got C.J. McCollum. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the point. Back to Gordon. Denver passing it around. Lob pass to Gordon.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Simons surveying the D. Anthony against Green. Now the pass to Kanter. And the layup falls. Kanter's got his first 2 points.
This is the thing about Kanter. He has the size to muscle through contact and the good touch to boot.
Murray dishes to Gordon. He feeds it to Millsap. Gordon, the pass to Millsap. Outside Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
A constant threat around the rim. Gordon is an agile big who just throws it down with ease.
The Trailblazers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Down low, here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Kicks to Green. Tips it, and it's Millsap with the extra effort.
Just competing right now. Millsap wanting to make the most out of that possession.
Murray against McCollum. Kanter, high post. He's against Gordon. Here's McCollum. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Now, C.J. McCollum can go from second gear to fourth gear and back to second gear. A defense's nightmare.
Murray against McCollum. Murray dishes to Gordon. Feeds to Green. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
And Denver has possession after Enes Kanter's basket. Millsap with it. Kanter covering. Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum. Murray, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8. Passes it to Carmelo. All sorts of time, and the jumper is on the mark.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Now Murray. He has 6. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Green. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Simons, the pass to McCollum. It's hauled in by Gordon.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Here's Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And Millsap really getting up for that one. Love the aggressiveness.
Gordon against McCollum. Now the feed to Cantor. Jones, no one around him. Offensive rebound. And so it's Portland going into... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside you. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, and that'll about do it as we...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Clark in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of it.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Lillard, right side. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Back to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. McCollum, no good. The Nuggets trail by 9. Dozier kicks to Millsap. 20 feet out. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Millsap's got 9.
Terrific effort from him really all night. Yet despite his supreme marksmanship, they're still operating at a deficit.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. McCollum right side to the middle. The 11-footer. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Millsap in the corner. Shoots over Lillard. And he overshot that one, missing. Trailblazers leading by 7. And a wide open look for McCollum. Good on the three-point shot. McCollum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Finding some space out there on the perimeter was McCollum, and he finds ways to knock it down.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Inside. Millsap, great positioning on the putback. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Pass to Powell.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Dozier can't get it to go. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Here's Nurkic. Some solid defense from Clark.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now here is McGee. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Trailblazers leading by 8. Pass to Covington. High post, Nurkic. And the shot goes down. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
This is to Millsap. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Portland also making some changes. Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. Here's Jokic. The rebound by Giles.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
The Nuggets trail by 10. Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Lillard outside. The three. That one misses. Now Denver takes it the other way. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Here's Simons. Martin defending. To the wing on the left. The shot by Lillard wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. And stolen by Lillard. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Trailblazers up by 8. And time to step. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Kanter. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Jones. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball, and that one drops. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. Murray against Lillard. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Gordon kicks to Murray. Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Nuggets making a change here. Green's checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And the pass to Kanter. Back to Lillard. Hits the jumper in space. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Murray against Lillard. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers.
Now, there's a lot of potential left in the tank for Jamal Murray. He's able to play both guard spots, but it's that sweet jump shot that has his teammates and the coaching staff salivating about where his ceiling is.
Powell finds Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Murray against Powell.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket for Murray.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Passes it to McCollum. Back to Powell. Pass to Cantor. The shot from the low post is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
A reliable finisher who can score in a multitude of ways. Cantor is a tough cover down low.
Green. Whistle blows. Basket is good. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Stolen by McCollum, and it's out of bounds to Portland. No retained possession. Gordon's checked in for Denver. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Giles. Robert Covington comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Powell, the pass to Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. 9-point game.
What's Jokic, like 6'10" out there? Not many defenders are going to be able to match up with that kind of size.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to Nurkic. Martin defending. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland again missing.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side. Nice work from Will Barton that time. What a big bucket from a big-time player.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
The Nuggets trail by 6. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Porter passes to Murray. Floats it up for Jokic. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Down low. And finished off by Nurkic.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Murray outside. The three-pointer no good. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Martin defending. Martin with the rebound. And so it's Portland winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really.
The status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. We've got Aaron Gordon. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Los Angeles, they've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the shooting guard position.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Jokic kicks to Gordon. Shot clock at 5. For 3, Murray. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And here are the Clippers. George passes to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. In the corner, George with it. About a minute played so far here in the first. Barton with some nice D.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time. That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket. And you hope that this inspires the offense. The game is about putting it in the basket, and that first bucket took a while.
Now here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Porter against Batum. George, that's a 2-pointer. He can't get that one. And the Nuggets going the other way. Porter in the corner. Outside Gordon. Murray outside. Back to Gordon. From about 16, it's hauled in by George.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Now, here is George. Here's Zubac over Gordon, and he gets the whistle. And, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Barton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Murray against Rondo. Now here's Murray, guarded closely. Dozier passes to Millsap. And the rejection by Zubac. And here comes the break. Here's Mann. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Barton dishes to Millsap. And that one, good.
Very quietly, Paul Millsap just goes about his business. He's a tough competitor.
Murray against Rondo. Pass to Patterson. Back to Rondo. And there's the pass to Patterson. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here's Dozier. And there it is for him.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Rondo against Murray. Patterson down low. Here's Zubac. Here's Morris. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
So on the floor for Denver, we've got Murray, Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Dozier in at the 3 spot. Denver with the ball. And he goes in for the dunk.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Here's Oturu. Denver getting their last shot to go. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Now here's Leonard. He gets that one.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player, and it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Gordon goes in. He kicks to McGee. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Gordon, the pass to McGee. Gordon dishes to Porter. And Murray now top of the key. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Porter. High post try. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's George. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Oturu. Kicks to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to George. And it's sent back by Jokic. Right side, Porter. Batum with the steal. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Murray outside. The kick out to Porter. At the elbow, Jokic. Murray for 3. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. And Denver also making a switch. Martin's checked in for JaVale McGee. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And George gets it to go.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Barton drives in. Outside for Murray. This one for 3. The Nuggets with another miss. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Outside for Murray. Launches a 3. Morris with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's George. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Barton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Pass to Dozier. To end the cold streak, and the layup is good. Dozier's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And here's Morris for 3. Millsap grabs the miss. Here's Dozier. He has 6. For 3, Murray. The shot, no good. It'll count. No good on that one. It's all tied here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above. And that does it for our...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And for the Clippers, they're shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Murray outside. The kick out to Porter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. George passes to Zubats. Outside for Batum. On the wing, George. 6 to shoot. Jackson dishes to George. No good on the triple. The Nuggets trail and pushing it up. Here's Denver. Wide open look here for Murray. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's Leonard missing.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And stolen by Barton. Lob pass to Gordon. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Outside Jackson. To the paint. Here's Zubats. Poked away. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Porter kicks to Murray. For the lead. The pass to Gordon. Misses off the right iron. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Nuggets shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Murray against Jackson. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Good luck containing Paul George on the drive. He's one of the more fluid wings in the league.
First free throw is good. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. Passes to Oturu. Here's Man. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Murray against Rondo. Murray kicks to Millsap. Now the dish to McGee. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McGee's got his second basket.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his team.
Pass to Coffee. Here's Mann. Over Millsap. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Murray outside. Stolen. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. Count it. Good. Rondo's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
Rondo with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there. Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Up top, Morris. Millsap covering. Out to Morris. 5 on the clock. 18 feet out. It doesn't go for him.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top, up by 6. And coming up as soon as we return from break. 3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. The Nuggets trail by 6. And Denver will start the 4th quarter with JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Dozier in at the 3. The Clippers shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. In the corner, it's Patterson. Denver grabs the miss. Barton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Clippers leading by 4. Rondo passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. McGee up top. And it's McGee with the jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside Rondo. He kicks it to Patterson. Unable to get that one. And Denver the other way now. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Ooh, love it, love it.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Leonard inside. He gets it in there.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. McGee. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Now George. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. 6 on the shot clock.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Zubac's with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Leonard with no one around. And Batum kicks to Zubac. Here's George. And it's off the back rim, no good.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
Boy, they needed that one, and Gordon delivers. His productive habits really paying off there.
Outside, George. Tipped away and stolen by Gordon. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. And it's Murray with the jam.
And the competitive nature of Murray making all the difference there, doing everything he can to rally his team.
And George, here we go, and it's blocked by Gordon. Zubac against Jokic. The kick out to Barton to take the lead. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And it's a 3-point Nugget lead.
I mean, shades of Vlade Divac there. Jokic is one of the best passing bigs playing in the game today.
On the wing, Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Just 5 to shoot. George passes to Zubac. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Outside Gordon. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Los Angeles making a switch here. A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
And George, here we go. Morris finds Leonard. Outside for George. Leonard the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. And they get it. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just one.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Pass to Murray.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
Here's Oturu offline. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan.
We'll be right back.
Soaring high above the Willamette. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. And Portland with the ball. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Now, here's George, following the missed shot by Nurkic. And Leonard gets it to go.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Pass to Powell. Clock at 6. No good from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
George finds Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Off target from outside. Leonard's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Lillard attacking. Excellent D there from George.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Lillard. The pass to Powell. Kicks it out to McCollum. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Outside, George. Los Angeles with another miss.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
Outside, Covington. Portland again missing.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first man.
And Batum throws it down.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
Here's Nurkic after the basket by Los Angeles. Back to Lillard. Fires, high post, and no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. The 3 from George. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And what a selfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Now, here's George. Jackson passes to George. .143 left here in the opening quarter. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here is Lillard, still looking for his first bucket in this one. From deep three-point range, kept alive, Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. Nobody near Leonard. His three-pointers off the mark.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Tries from 7. And Nurkic finishes inside.
And the touch Nurkic has inside, I mean, I love seeing him be aggressive and look to get his shot from there.
Here's George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
He's 1 for 4 to start the game. Now, I know he's disappointed with that, but we got a long way to go.
And a deep three from Lillard. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone. Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's George, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Lillard way outside, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. There's the triple. Cranes the three-pointer. George has got 7.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Los Angeles on top, leading by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Coffey in at the small forward. Now McCollum. Rondo missing on the 3. Here's Kennard. Goes up at the stripe. That shot, no good. To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Morris outside. Oturu, the pass to Morris. Takes a 3. And Cantor pulls it down. And it's Jones with the ball for the Trailblazers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Simons. And Cantor throws it down.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Clippers leading by 3. Pass to Kennard. Back to Rondo. In the corner, it's Morris. Pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Clippers lead by 5.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, gets inside, finds himself a shot.
Jones kicks to McCollum. Cantor trying to free himself up. McCollum, no good. Cantor, the pass to Jones. Quarter 2, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. Terrific play.
3 terrific kids. You're right.
Yeah, and the blinding quickness right there on display for McCollum. He excels at leaking out and capitalizing in the open floor.
Rondo passes to Oturu. Misses from short range.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Jones. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Out to the wing. Man passes to Jackson. Outside for George. Now here's Nurkic. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers leading by 3. Nobody near George. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. George has got 9.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
On the basket by Jones.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Outside Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Inside. There's the steal. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
Portland shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
We've got 33 seconds left in the second quarter. The deep 3 from George. The shot will not fall. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And Lillard kicks the foul. Jacks up a 3, and that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers. George looking around. High post, Zubats. Looking to end the run. He lays it in.
And the slick pass from George set that up well. He has such a natural instinct for where to send the ball.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They did give up a couple baskets. And that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Anthony is out there with Giles. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Lillard in at the 1. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Now, here's Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Anthony. Over Leonard. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Leonard. No good. And it's Portland the other way. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Kanter's shot is off. The Clippers trail. Now the Clippers moving it up. Left side, Leonard, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now here's Powell. No points in the game yet for him. Nobody near Lillard. Traps in the tray. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
George from deep three-point land, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Anthony, the pass to Giles. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Back to Jackson. Outside, George. Here's the pass to Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Outside Anthony puts up a 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And George gets it to go.
Well, when Batum spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Powell kicks to Lillard. Back to Powell. It's Carmelo Anthony on the way. Passes it to Cantor. Kicks it out to Lillard. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for Portland.
The remarkable range of Lillard. I mean, you see these shots he makes from distance with ease, effortless release.
The 3 from George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Batum's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now, here's Lillard. 12 points for him. Pass to Giles. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giles has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
From deep, George, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Cantor, it's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. Puts one up from 19. George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard dishes to Cantor. Lillard outside. No good on the 3. The Clippers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. George passes to Jackson. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard against Cantor. Good chance here for George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Powell.
That's good instincts as a distributor. I mean, Lillard on point with the pass.
Leonard looking over the floor. Back to Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Here's Zubac. Can't connect. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back to the action after this word. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Rajon Rondo. He's out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the 4.
Talk about an advanced distributor. I mean, there's passes that point guards can make, and there's passes that Rajon Rondo can make.
Here's Simons. Anthony left side. Good work there as it goes.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Rondo. To the middle. Kennard kicks to Morris. Over Anthony. Morris, no good.
Oh, I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Here's Simons. Little passes to Simons. Outside Anthony. To take the lead. That one wide left. The Clippers in the lead. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Back to Morris. Fires the three. And another three for the Clippers.
Terrific use of the catch-and-shoot jumper for Morris, catching the D flat-footed and torching them as a result.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
All right, thank you, David. Nurkic tries again. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Clippers leading by 4. Rondo scanning the floor. Out to the right wing. Patterson finds Rondo. Here's Zubac. And the shot goes in.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
The free throw drops for Zubac. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Outside Leonard from deep. Lillard with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's McCollum. Finished off the break.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is, even in big parts of the game. You can depend on him to step his game up.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Down low, Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. McCollum kicks to Powell. Portland moving the ball around. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Back to Jackson. And stolen by Lillard. Here's Covington. Finished off the break. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Can't forget about Covington in these moments. He relishes any chance to knock down big shots.
Now the pass to Leonard. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Zubac gets to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Morris.
Tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Powell, no one around him. Money! A tremendous three to tie it up.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Now here's Jackson. At the elbow, it's George. Back to Jackson. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Look at Enes Kanter maintaining that competitive energy, finds a big shot to keep them in it.
On the free throw, no good. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Good!
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Here's Lillard. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. We've got Gordon. Bill Barton is out there with Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
They get it again. The kick out to Porter. Poked loose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Denver needs to get off his shot. It's good.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
And Portland with the ball. Lillard outside. And stolen by Murray. Pass to Barton. And Barton throws it down.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but thriving as a passer, too. Boy, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Now Covington, following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Gordon. For Denver, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Murray against Lillard. 6 to shoot. Murray kicks to Barton.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. Jokic on the follow.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Lillard the pass to Cantor. Denver grabs the miss.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
The Nuggets moving the ball around. Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. In the corner, it's Gordon. McCollum against Murray. And Millsap slams it in.
And this is what happens when Millsap gets deep inside. Superb at finishing with force.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now, here's Nurkic. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
They kick it out to Green. To the wing right side. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, early on, Murray has proven to be an impressive scorer. Now he just needs to improve as a passer and defender.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Paul Millsap.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Nobody near Lillard. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Denver the other way. Out to the right wing, Campazzo. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Trailblazers trail by 7. McCollum, no good. Gordon with it. Passes it to Green. Count it.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from
well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, Michael Porter's out there with JaMychal Green, and there's JaVale McGee. Then it's Will Barton. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Outside, Porter. Keeps it alive, and Green is right there. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
No problems knocking that one down. He has 5. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Denver.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Lillard, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Pass to Jokic. Campazzo. And Cantor pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Little can't hit. Denver leading by 8. Millsap left side. It's Porter outside. Portland grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Barton, out left to the wing. Back to Jokic. Millsap trying to get open. And again, Denver no good.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet. Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Gordon inside. Just 2 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Simons the pass to Cantor. And he banks in the layup.
And that's just all muscle there. Cantor is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
Here's Murray up on top. The pass to Jokic. Lets it fly from 18. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Little gets the bucket. Little's got his first bucket in this one.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Shot clock at 6. Floats it up for Jokic.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
Simons the pass to Cantor. And they pick up 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
It's Barton with the drive. Here's Millsap. No good with the elbow jumper.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? And that'll do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. And it's Jokic missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Denver leading by 6. And Murray, here we go. And it's Murray with the jam.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
McCollum finds Lillard. Three-pointer. Barton with the rebound.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Dishes it to Gordon. Back to Barton. At the elbow, Jokic. Back to Barton. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Powell, he's checked in for Portland. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. 8-point game. Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
Now Murray. Outside Porter. Back to Murray. Green against Covington. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
The Trailblazers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And he makes both free throws. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. To the inside. Nurkic kicks it out to Lillard. 5 to shoot. And it's off from 3-point range.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in. Oh!
Mercy, mercy me.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Lillard against Murray. Kicks it to McGee. Back to Murray. Over Lillard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, for a 7-footer, he's got really good bounce, does JaVale McGee, and doing a nice job working on the glass there.
Offensive rebound. There's Covington, and there's the feed to Powell. To the middle. Knocks it loose and stolen by Murray. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. McGee dishes to Porter. No one near him. He shoots again. He kicks it to Murray. From downtown. Again, the miss by Murray.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
McCollum, no good. The Nuggets leading by 6. McGee inside. The shot misses. Good D by Covington. For Portland, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Powell finds McCollum. Can't hit that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. At the elbow, Jones. He feeds it to Cantor. Over Porter. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. 5 seconds left to play in the third. And so it's Denver with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. And don't go. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Murray. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton, and it's Gordon in at the small forward position. Barton passes to Murray. Up and in on the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Gordon against Jones. Pass to Cantor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jokic with the steal. And that's an intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Gordon dishes to Murray. Passes to Jokic. Back to Murray. From deep three-point range. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And a deep three from Lillard. From beyond the arc and then some.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
And it's Murray penetrating. And Jokic throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Murray kicks to Barton. Pass to Gordon. 5 on the clock. Back to Barton.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too. Fire that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
Denver calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
For the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Giles is subbed in for Robert Covington. Denver making a switch here. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And his teammates love it. Kanter taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Chalk up 2 there.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, this guy is always in attack mode, very aggressive. Some players might kick it out there, not him. He's going right to the bucket.
Here's Giles. Back to Lillard. And he drops it in from the low post. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Campazzo banked in off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he plays with no fear, and he certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket.
1:15 left to play here in the fourth. Outside Gordon. And there's the pass to Dozier. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Millsap passes to Dozier. And here's Jokic. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
McCollum kicks to Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Nuggets. They've led by as much as 10. And now we've got the intentional foul. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Robert Covington subbed in for Giants. And Denver also making a switch. Murray's checked in, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Smoothly taken technical to tack another point onto their lead there.
Denver with the ball, leading by 5. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Misses the 3. Powell finds McCollum. Portland no good that time either. So we see Denver get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The city of Denver is in full motion. And with
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4-man position. And for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Murray. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Jackson looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Zubac trying to break loose.
Boy, the vertical that Aaron Gordon has helps him on the defensive end. Twice on the pipes with that block.
Stolen by Zubac. Outside Leonard. Basket good. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
And Jokic drops them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
George against Barton. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line.
And a wide open look for Porter. No good with the wing jumper.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. Leonard's got his second bucket.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Murray the pass to Porter. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Leonard. High post shot, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And that's now 6 points for Leonard.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Here's Murray. Plays it up and banks it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Batum finds Jackson. Outside for Batum. Pass to Leonard. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. So for the Clippers, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is George. From deep. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Denver in the lead. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And the basket by Gordon.
Well, you have to admire the strength of Aaron Gordon. This guy is adept at finding his way through intense defense.
And a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris. Fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
Look, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And just paying attention to the details, it makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Inside, Patterson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. Denver needs to get off his shot. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Leonard. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
We've got Green. He's out there with JaVale McGee. Paul Millsap out there with Murray. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Murray outside. It's stolen by Rondo. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Kennard. Lays it up off the glass.
I really like how Marcus Morris plays within the offense. This guy is so solid at recognizing when he should give it up.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Kicks it to McGee. Murray outside. Green breaking loose, and he makes good on the layup.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Rondo with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The tray nailed from three-point land.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Barton comes in for Murray. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. The Nuggets trail by 3. And Porter, here we go. It's good. Porter's got 6 points.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Jackson passes to Mann. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
Campazzo. The kick out to Barton. Morris with the block. And here's Jackson. The pass to man. Out to Morris. Not going to go that time. And Denver the other way now. Here's Green. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Jackson passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, at 6'9" with good athleticism, dunking not a problem for Mr. Morris. Give him some space, and he makes you pay.
Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Porter kicks to McGee. Plenty of space. It's hauled in by the Clippers. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Morris with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Nuggets trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Passes it to Green. McGee against Zubac. McGee's shot is off. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 15-6 run. Jackson misses. Outside, Green. Dishes it to McGee. Back to Green. And that one released in time, but no good. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 8. And
happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Oturu in at center. Now here is McGee. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Green. Great D that time from Batum.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Count that bucket. George has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
McGee inside. And it's McGee with the jam.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Craig. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Murray finds Green. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And Porter, here we go. And he lays it straight in. Porter's got 8 points.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Here's George, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for Green, and it's Aaron Gordon in for Michael Porter. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Drills it from outside.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Barton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Los Angeles leading by 10. Pass to Batum. Right side George. And Leonard has it in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
The drive by Jokic. Batum against Gordon. Jokic passes to Murray. Off target from three-point range. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. And it goes down 2 points.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Barton in the corner. Over George. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need...
Oh!
My goodness. Wow, the tenacity of Aaron Gordon, the athleticism is just amazing.
Jackson passes to George. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Zubac. Pass to Batum. Now, here's George. He's got 13. Knocked away and stolen by Barton. Here's Murray. Basket counts. Murray's got 6.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Now here's Jackson. On the wing, Batum. Back to George. Shoots from the elbow. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got it done. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Denver. It's Porter outside, and he's good on the three ball.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jump.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Rondo looking over the floor. That one doesn't drop. Murray with the defensive effort.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And the second chance effort by Gordon.
Well, at 6'9", great athlete, Aaron Gordon can be a problem on the glass.
The drive by Rondo, and that one drops for him.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Jokic passes to Porter and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Over to the left wing. Man passes to Rondo. 5 to shoot. Here's Zubac. Rondo finds Morris. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
Murray against Rondo. Barton drives in. The pass to Jokic. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
Rondo against Barton. Rondo's shot is good. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Both teams will make substitutions. On the wing, Porter. Kicks it out to Gordon. Barton outside. Over George. They get the rebound. Comes up empty down low. Clippers leading by 7. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Barton passes to Gordon. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Barton against George. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
Launches it. But they'll get another chance. And the second chance effort by Gordon.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
George against Barton. George looking over the floor. Count it.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Jackson dishes to George. From deep three-point range, Porter pulls it in.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. They seem to... David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Behind the curtain here, final preparation, and a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum, and it's Zubac in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Powell with the steal. Kicks it out to McCollum. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. From outside, off the mark. Here's Powell. Down low. Stolen by Zubac. Outside, Batum. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Pass to Powell. Now, Nurkic. Back to Powell. Fires from deep. Portland, no good that time either. Zubac finds Batum. Here's Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Over in the corner, Batum. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Here's Leonard, following the score by Damian Lillard. Now here's Leonard, shoots from the line, and the rebound by Nurkic.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And it's Lillard missing.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul for the Clippers. Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. And Portland with a change here too. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. The 3 from George. Good on the triple. George has got 5 now.
A lot of points coming from Paul George from the 3-point line over the past couple seasons. The D has to play out on him, and that creates the space.
Lillard again missing. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kicks it to Patterson. Back to George. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to McCollum. It's Covington on the wing. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And then for the Trailblazers, Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now here's Rondo. And the pass to Patterson. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the first. Bucket is good. 9 points in the game so far. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the 2nd rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Such a big guy, Cantor, but also incredibly lean. At the NBA Combine, for instance, he tested out at 6% body fat, an extraordinarily low number for a man of his size.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. With the second effort, the putback, and the second chance effort by McCollum.
Sometimes CJ, just with movement alone, finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points.
Now here's Rondo. No points in the game yet for him. They get a hand on it. Morris kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. The baseline J. Second chance shot. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now, here is Morris. And the 3 off target. Here's Simons. He's covered by Leonard. And here's McCollum for 3. The three-pointer is right on target. McCollum's got 5.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
They've got Morris. Also, Ivica Zubac's out there. Jackson is out there with Kennard. And it's Mann in at the shooting guard. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Jones, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Jackson, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Yep, it counts. Kennard's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Clippers.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's Morris. Pass to Zubac. And he uses the glass on the layup. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate, good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Now Lillard, after the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson. Jackson against Lillard. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Batum in for Morris. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Patterson. Kennard with the ball. Outside Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and he makes that one.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Passes it to Nurkic. It's Covington on the wing. Nurkic against Patterson. Nurkic in the post. Shoots over Patterson. The rebound by Patterson.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
To the left side wing. Jackson finds Batum. Inside. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The pass to Kennard. For 3. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Pass to Lillard. From deep. Portland no good that time either. The Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Picked away. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game. 1:04 left to play here in the half. Clippers leading by 4. Jackson passes to Batum. From the arc. That shot off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Batum wide open. He fires. Los Angeles with another miss.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And we know it. We've seen it. Lillard's range extends well beyond the three-point line. Hard to keep a hand in his face from that far out.
Now here's Kennard. Jackson passes to Patterson. Fouled on the shot and picks up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 9 points. And Kenny, like Kawhi. And that's going to do.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the floor for Portland. Little out there with Jones. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. From deep, George. Portland grabs the miss. Kanter, high post. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
George, no good.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Jackson. Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to George. Pulls it from the elbow. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback.
Man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Anthony on the wing. McCollum outside. Pass to Nurkic. Takes it out to Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Back to Lillard. Pocket 6. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Morris. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Now it's a 5-point Los Angeles lead. Anthony in the corner. Kicks it out to McCollum. Zubac's against Nurkic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You have to be careful when Nurkic attempts those kinds of shots. He's very skilled at drawing contact.
No good on the free throw. Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. And the second free throw, good. There's a minute 47 left in the third. Rondo looking around. Patterson finds Kennard. Here's Oturu. Again, the Clippers. And here's McCollum. He has 7. Lillard, right side. Portland again missing. Los Angeles leading by 6. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Clippers have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's Coffey, guarded by Powell. Kennard against McCollum. Here's Coffey. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Powell kicks to McCollum. Now the pass to Covington. Off target with his 3. LA has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Here's Patterson. Pass to Oturu. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Patterson passes to Oturu. Back to Patterson from past the arc. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. McCollum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The 3 hits the three-point bomb. And now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
Well, that's a go-to for C.J. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Patrick Patterson. Batum is out there with Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Simons. A miss that time would have put him up. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Both teams deciding to change it up. Cantor, the pass to Powell. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Back to Batum. The feed to Jackson. It's good. Jackson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. It's stolen. One-on-one here. Here's Simons. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
George way outside. Ball's knocked loose.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had one in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Simons the pass to Cantor. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Over Leonard to take the lead. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
A coachable kid. Cantor uses that little up fake, causes the defender to overreact.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Outside Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. From the corner. Outside for Batum. On the wing, George. Drops one in from the wing. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
And that one's good, Lillard.
And trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
McCollum against George. Rondo kicks to George. On the wing, Batum. Back to Rondo. Here's George. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Cantor inside, working on Zubac. Lillard outside. There's the dish to Cantor. Lillard outside. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. And Norman Powell subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. Outside Rondo. Leonard against Powell. Pass to Zubac. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Lillard against George. Outside Covington. It's Powell on the wing. Nurkic against Zubac. Here's Powell. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Rondo. Leonard kicks to Rondo. Passes it to George. Over in the corner, Batum. Back to George. To the paint. Here's Zubac. Good!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Lillard way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Now the Clippers with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, George. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Leonard on the wing. Here's the 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and game is fully in their control.
Missed. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So